Alrighty, good day YouTube. So back again. So off my holidays now. I've had a few people ask me where I am, what I'm doing, am I still riding, all the rest of it. Still riding the bike, still doing the training, but I've got an injury. 6 weeks out from my big ride, and can you believe it? I've busted a rib, fractured it more. I went to the physio. Well, actually, I'll tell you how I did it first. Been on holiday, so when we go on holiday, I like to go on holiday and forget everything back in your normal life. So that's why I don't do any videos, anything like that whilst I'm away, because I like to just go away, forget about everything and relax. Now I still keep my training up, so I've been out on the bike, been doing some hard rides, did a big ride, 174 Ks with a mate of mine up around the Sunshine Coast. We actually did the circuit we're racing in about 6 weeks, so we did that ride, and that was good. But anyway, I broke the rib, or fractured it, on a surfboard. My daughter got a surfboard a few weeks ago, and we were in the surf, and I said, look, give me a go, and wham, wave hit me. I was jumping on the board as the wave hit me. I jumped on it at an angle onto my rib, and just almighty great pain through that section. So as soon as I was breathing in, it was just agony. So that was the end of my surfing. I should never have got on the board. Whatever you do, whatever your discipline is, whether it's running, cycling, tennis, swimming, whatever it is you want to get better at, if you got yourself in for some sort of an event that you just want to do better than the last time you did, or you want to try and win it, or whatever it is, my advice is don't do anything else, any other discipline, any other sports, except the one you're training for, because you just open yourself up for injury. It's stupid. The first time I went on a surfboard, the whole fin stuck in my leg, in the top of my shin, and chipped the bone. So I had 32 internal external stitches on that one. It took me about 4.5 weeks recovery there. That was about 5 years ago. And then second time on the surfboard, bust a rib. So there ain't going to be a third time. Never, ever, ever again am I touching a surfboard in the surf. Forget it. So that is my story. Anyway, I've been training still for this ride. I'm restricted at the minute to the indoor training. So if you've had a look on my Strava account, you'll see I've been doing a fair bit of indoor training since I got back, because I went out last Saturday on just a short ride. It was only about 40 k's, just one of our local runs, just taking steady, but every single bump on the road was agony. It was like someone was just stabbing me in the ribs, and breathing was hard. It was just too much. So anyway, I've been on the indoor trainer. The indoor trainer is fine, because obviously there's no bumping around, you're not jarring yourself up and down. And I'm breathing, but I'm not using my chest cavity, because I'm breathing deep down through my gut. So that side of it's not a drama. So the indoor trainer, at least I can still keep my fitness up, doing some high intensity stuff on the indoor trainer, and having to do it that way. I went to see the physio, sports physio, yesterday. Had a deep tissue massage on my legs, and that nearly brought tears to my eyes. I ain't kidding you. When he got going on my calf muscles, that was it. It was, give me a bit of wood, I need to bite on something. It was agony, but he assures me it's beneficial in a few days. So what I'm going to do is once a fortnight now, I'm going to go and get my legs massaged and get all those toxins out of the blood and all the rest of it. So hopefully that'll be better, and I can slowly get this rib to repair. But he did say to me that he's taped it all up for me now, and I must admit, after it's been taped now, it feels a million times better. Everything's just holding together, so when I'm moving around and that, the tape's sort of secure and everything, so I'm not getting that big movement. He did say to me though, if I'm not careful, I don't manage this properly, there's a chance it won't be fully repaired by the time we hit our ride in 6 weeks time. So I really have to be careful now. This is a matter of whether I can ride it or not. I mean, I'm going to ride it anyway, even if it's sore still. I'm still going to ride it, and I'll just have to make do, I guess. But obviously I want it where there's no pain there. So this is why I'm going to stick to the indoor trainer. He did say to me, you can go out on the weekend on the ride on an easier ride to see how it goes, but if you've got any pain whatsoever, it doesn't matter what it is, you just have to turn around and come home and jump back on the indoor trainer. Just stay on the indoor trainer for a couple more weeks and do your training that way. So that is pretty much it. Absolutely stupid idea to have ever got on that surfboard. Wish to God I hadn't, because I've been training my arse off. Hang on a minute, let's see what this is. No caller ID. I'll call you back, mate. Been training my arse off with this, you know, and juggling it between work, the kids and school and homework and all the rest of it, and it's hard, I can tell you. And now I'm on the bike 6 days a week, doing some training. It's hard, it's just hard work. So I'm really disappointed that I've gone and fractured this damn rib. I mean, it's just such a pain. I didn't think, to be honest with you, it would be a drama riding, because when I got back I actually jumped on the indoor trainer and I felt pretty good. But then as soon as I went out on the road and all the bumps and the jarring, my God, kills. So I'm just going to have to take it steady, and look, if it comes to it and I can't do any rides for a couple or 3 weeks out on the road and I've just got to stick to the trainer, well, so be it. I have to seriously manage this properly. If I don't, there's a good chance that all my training was for nothing. And when I get out there, I want to give it my all on that day, and that's what all this training is about. So we'll see how it goes, but hopefully, if I'm sensible, it won't be a drama. So I'm all geared up for it. Keep the training going. What I'm doing on the indoor train is just making it high intensity. So I've picked stages of our ride out, and I emulate those on the indoor trainer. So the climb, for instance, a 3k climb, I'm holding that power that I did up the climb and a bit more, and then keeping the power on after the climb, because obviously you can't just get to the top and go, that's it. You've got to keep up with the group. So just pushing myself that bit further, keeping that intensity high. So yesterday I did an indoor trainer session and I was in zone 4 and 5, doing some hard efforts in zone 4 and 5, and then coming back to recover in zone 2.5 to 3. So still pushing over 200 watts in my recovery, you know, 220 watts still at recovery, and then back up to 280 to 350 watts on the efforts. And doing those sorts of efforts for 5-6 minutes at a time, and then coming back to recovery. So it's keeping the intensity high, which is what I've got to do. And then I'll do some recovery rides. So on the indoor trainer, I'll just sit and watch the TV for an hour and a half, tick over at zone 1.5, 2, and that is going to be my training for a little while. I'm hoping that if not this weekend, the following weekend, I'm hoping I can get back out on the bike. So I really want to go and do some hill repeats over the next few weeks, but obviously I can't. At the minute, last time I went out on the bike, I was alright for the first 10 minutes. It was fairly smooth up to where I meet my mates, but as soon as I hit the bumps, it starts to hurt. But as soon as I get out of the saddle, if I'm on the hoods and out the saddle, it's just agony. You don't realise how much you use your core on the bike. You really don't realise how much you use your core until part of that core is injured. And now I realise just how much I use my core on the bike. So anyway, that is it. It's just a learning curve. Whatever you're doing, if you're going in for something like what I'm doing now, don't do anything else outside of that, because there's a good chance you're going to injure yourself. You don't want that when you're 6 weeks out. So that is it. But anyway, that's it for now. Got any questions or comments, you can post them down below.